Bonsoir à tous. I hope you're doing great. Today is Friday, May the 8th, so it is the bank holiday here in France, which we call le 8 mai. Before we start, I wanted to let you know that I really need a break, so I'm going to come back with the Nanofictions on Monday. Next week, France is reopening some of the départements, and fingers crossed everything's fine until Monday, and until now we have the authorization from the government to move a little bit more starting Monday. So there's some things are going to change in my home, and I need to first take a little break and organize some things for next week. And so adding work on top of that is just undoable. So we are going to meet again on Monday. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Some updates about the card, sorry, it's French, the map that we made yesterday. So we have lots of new people. Richard added instructions here in the middle that you can read if you haven't joined yet. We have Texas with Coco here. We have lots of people on the West Coast. We have Jack in Chicago, and I think it's Debbie as well, who goes to Alliance Française with him. And we have several people. We have Britain, we have Lynn in Scotland, we have Northern Ireland. Oh, that's fantastic. Northern Ireland, we have some people in England, in the south of England, someone in Paris. Who is that? Sanula is in Paris. Fantastic. Someone is in Monaco. Gavin, south of France. And we have Valia in Moscow that I added yesterday myself. And it's really lovely to see you all. So if you haven't, oh, Flask is there with a little walking man. Haha, that's perfect, you're protected. Lovely, and Susan is on the East Coast as well. And we have this little cute cat. And who is that? I can see your name. Alison, yes, fantastic. So if you haven't, you can add yourself. If you're struggling, just ping me in the chat. I can do it for you. And Richard, I cleaned the map a bit because there were lots of kind of mistakes. And we should remove all these layers. And I'm going to do that right after our call. Let's start with the first tale. These are two beautiful tales. They open your imagination, but they're not scary because I didn't want to pick tales that would be scary because I don't want any nightmares until Monday. Are you ready to read this together? Breathe in, breathe out, and 1, 2, and 3. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations, mais ses clients ne savaient pas qu'elle parlait au premier degré. Un jour, l'un d'eux se plaignit. « C'est quoi votre problème ? Je voulais un dragon, vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. Patientez, patientez, répondit-elle. Oh, that's cute. I would love to see how this tattoo evolves. I don't have any so far because I'm just scared to do any. But if you want a dragon, indeed having an egg tattooed might be surprising. Let's work on the first line. If this is your first time, the way we do that is we read the full tale together in French, and then we analyze each sentence. We try to look for the liaison. I explain the vocabulary, the context, the verbs. I give you more examples so you can fully understand all the meaning on this tale and not just read it, because this is something I've seen a lot, students wanting to practice their French by reading. Reading is fantastic, but it's better if you have really someone to explain everything to you if you want to learn, because just practicing your reading is a very, very good thing. So go on, enjoy the book, try to understand a few things. But this is not the best way to actually have, can we say, a best return on your investment? Because very often I mention that. If you put time to learn, try to get as much return on your time investment as you can, if this is what matters to you. So there is a time for learning, and there is a time for practicing, and there is a time for enjoying. So watching a movie in French is wonderful. You're not going to learn anything from it. You will only just practice what you already know. So this is just the goal for practicing. And you can also speak. Speaking is fantastic. Even if you're talking to your dog, this is something I tell my students all the time. Talk to your dog in French, your cat, your favorite houseplant, or your partner, whoever. But even if it's just in one direction, it's okay because you activate your brain this way because you use what you know, and there is a time for learning. And now, today, at this right moment when you're watching this, this is the time for learning, and you get the best return on your time investment because you learn so much from this, something that you could not find on your own. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations, mais ses clients ne savaient pas qu'elle parlait au premier degré. Here we have une liaison. Did you find this one? Se vantait d'insuffler la vie dans ses créations, mais ses clients ne savaient pas qu'elle parlait au premier degré. Okay, so far so good. Cette tatoueuse, it is a tattoo artist. It's pretty easy to find, to understand, but if you wanted to talk about a tattoo artist, you might not know how to say it. And for a man, we say un tatoueur. And we call this un tatouage. Here you can notice that it is OU and not double O. And this has double T. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations. Se vanter, it is to brag. I'm checking my notes. It is to boast, to brag. And se vanter, it is absolutely neutral in terms of familiarity or elegant French. It is the neutral form. If, like Emily, you're young, you can say se la péter. It is the youth French for that. Emily is 20, by the way, and she's in the chat very, very often. Se la péter, it is to boast. And here you would change the sentence a little bit. It is, you usually don't put anything after, but you might see that when you're reading or hearing French. And this is why I teach everyday slang as well, because some of it is for youth, French like teenagers or very young people, and the other is some other kinds of French or for everybody, but whatever your age, knowing it will help you understand the context, who's talking, and also what is being said. D'insuffler. Insuffler, it comes from souffler, and insuffler, it is to breathe life into. Insuffler de la vie, so she breathed life into, and here it is even insuffler de la vie, because this is exactly what she's talking about. Dans. Insuffler de la vie dans, it is to breathe life into. Ses créations, her creations. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations. Mais ses clients, but her clients. And about clients, we don't have a word for customer. We only have client. Un client, it is a client, a customer. I never understood the difference between client and customer, but my expertise is teaching you French, so I can tell you that we don't have a word for customer. We only have client. Ne savait pas, they didn't know. Savoir, it is to know. Savoir, it is to know. Savoir qu'elle parlait au premier degré. Parler, it is to speak. And what is le premier degré? Do you know? Any idea? Le premier degré is literal sense. And it is a how do you say? It is a criticism of people who don't understand irony. For example, and we say prendre as well. C'est une blague. Évidemment. Tu prends toujours tout au premier degré. C'est une blague, évidemment. Tu prends toujours tout au premier degré. It's a joke, of course. You always take everything at the literal sense. What is irony then? It is le second degré. Tu ne comprends jamais le second degré. C'est pour ça que tu n'aimes pas les blagues. Tu ne comprends jamais le second degré, c'est pour ça que tu n'aimes pas les blagues. You never understand irony, that's why you don't like the jokes. And if you want to go into advanced humor, which is not necessarily funny, but is all about absurd, it will be le troisième degré, etc. You can put any number, because here it doesn't matter. Le centième. Le millième degré is absurd. And here again, the number doesn't matter because it just means that it is beyond irony. And it can be something very absurd. For example, you could say that Mr. Bean is something to take at le dixième degré. Because it's very, very... Well, the humor is... No, let's not take that. Well, it's difficult. But some humor which is sometimes very absurd can actually be that. And again, the degree doesn't matter. It's all to say that it's very, very far from reality and from literal sense. Le premier degré is literal sense. And usually it's a source of misunderstanding because if someone takes a joke at le premier degré in literal sense, they don't understand. Also, we have le second degré, irony, and then beyond. If you're interested in humor, this is very interesting. And if you look at social media in the Francophone area, this is something where you're going to see criticism, where people might take something literally at le premier degré when it was obviously a joke, but they didn't get it, which is sometimes showing that a joke is actually not really funny. So humor should be thought and clever and really thought, thinking what's the outcome, especially now in this crisis, I think. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations, mais ses clients ne savaient pas qu'elle parlait au premier degré. So this tattoo artist was boasting that she was breathing life into her creations, but her clients didn't know that she was actually speaking in the literal sense. And this is why it's so cute. Un jour, l'un d'eux se plaignit. One day, one of them complained. Se plaindre, it is to complain. Se plaindre, it is to complain. And guess what tense this is? Yes, it is le passé simple de se plaindre. It is le passé simple. One day, one of them complained. Un jour, l'un d'eux se plaignit. L'un d'eux, it is one of them. One of them. You can go beyond that. For example, you can say, if you want to say several people, you can also say l'un d'entre eux. Okay, and you can use that if you want to expand. This might be a bit frightening, but it doesn't have to be, especially if you want to understand French. L'un d'entre eux. One of them. So you can say l'un d'eux or l'un d'entre eux. But if you want to talk about more than one, you have to put entre. For example, deux d'entre eux m'ont dit qu'ils n'avaient pas aimé Paris. Deux d'entre eux m'ont dit qu'ils n'avaient pas aimé Paris. Two of them told me that they didn't like Paris. And you can say 3, 10 d'entre eux, 100 d'entre eux, 1000 d'entre eux. It's okay. It's among them. It is of them. 10 of them, 100 of them, thousands of them. Deux d'entre eux. It is among them. M'ont dit qu'ils n'avaient pas aimé Paris. That's fair. C'est quoi votre problème? Je voulais un dragon, vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. C'est quoi votre problème? What is it your problem? And it is a very everyday French to actually ask what's your problem. And something that you might have learned at school is quel est votre problème? And this works, but quel est votre problème? It is a little bit stiff. Okay, it is a little bit stiff. C'est quoi votre problème is a bit aggressive because here he is annoyed. The client is annoyed. But it's more everyday French than quel est votre problème? Because if you are actually angry and you want to know what's your problem, you might actually say words that show your anger. So this is why the words and the intention and the level of French that you use has to fit the intention of the character. C'est quoi votre problème is more accurate than quel est votre problème for this situation. Je voulais un dragon. Je voulais un dragon. I think he would say je voulais un dragon, but I'm going to put the liaison just for you to know. Je voulais un dragon. I wanted a dragon. Vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. You tattooed me an egg. Un œuf is an egg. Vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. And here we have une liaison. Here it should be E dans l'eau, but doesn't seem to want to have that. But if you want to put E dans l'eau, where the two letters are touching, well, you should. C'est quoi votre problème? Je voulais un dragon, vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. Patientez, répondit-elle. Patientez, you can see patient in the middle. And la patience is patience. So, patienter, it is to wait, to be patient. It is more to wait here. To wait. And this is the word typically that you're going to hear when you're on the phone with the company. They would say, patientez s'il vous plaît. Patientez s'il vous plaît is wait please, and this is the elegant way to ask someone to wait. Okay, so let's reread the tale together. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't forget to do that. Okay, it's important to take some deep breath. And we're going to read this one, each sentence together, and I'm going to translate to make sure you understand the twist. Okay, good, perfect. Cette tatoueuse se vantait d'insuffler de la vie dans ses créations, mais ses clients ne savaient pas qu'elle parlait au premier degré. This tattoo artist was boasting about breathing life into her creations, but her clients didn't know that she was actually speaking in the literal sense. So they're right, because no one can actually do that, so they don't understand. They were thinking that she was just very, very good and that the tattoos breathed life. They looked so real, but actually it was more than that. Un jour, l'un d'eux se plaignit. One day, one of them complained. C'est quoi votre problème? Je voulais un dragon, vous m'avez tatoué un œuf. What's your problem? I wanted a dragon, you tattooed an egg. So this customer doesn't understand. He's like us. He doesn't really understand why she would be so special, and he had a special request and she did not feel it. So he is angry. And she says, wait, patientez, répondit-elle. Wait, please. Wait, she answered. Why? Because if she breathes life into her tattoos, and it is literal and no one understood, it means that this egg is going to make a dragon. This is so cute, because she doesn't tattoo what people want. She tattoos the origin of what they want and then breathe life into it. So that's a really, really cute one. And one that made me laugh, because someone added Area 51, Zone 51, in the middle of the desert, saying that it was the alien center, because this is what we talked about in one of the previous tales. So that was really cute. And we're going to see another secret together. Breathe in, breathe out. Take some tea, maybe some water or coffee or anything that you're having at the moment. And let's read the last tale for today. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Maintenant que vous êtes membre de notre ordre secret, vous devez savoir que nous sommes à l'origine de la plupart des théories du complot. Vraiment? Pourquoi? Un jour, sur un forum, quelqu'un a posté une théorie exacte. Depuis, on essaye de la noyer dans la masse. We have several liaisons. Did you spot them? Maintenant que vous êtes membre de notre ordre secret, vous devez savoir que nous sommes à l'origine de la plupart des théories du complot. Vraiment, pourquoi? Un jour, sur un forum, quelqu'un a posté une théorie exacte. Depuis, on essaye de la noyer dans la masse. And maybe he's hiding that we have a monster in some lakes. Haha, which refers to another tale that we did before. Let's analyze the first sentence together. 1, 2, 3. Maintenant que vous êtes membre de notre ordre secret, now that you are a member of our secret order, this is pretty straightforward. Vous devez savoir, you have to know, you must know. Devoir, it is must. Okay. So, devoir savoir is must know, you have to know. Que nous sommes à l'origine, that we are behind. Être à l'origine de, it is to be at the origin of something, and we usually say to be behind. Être à l'origine de, it is être derrière as well. To be behind or at the origin of, be the origin of. Vous devez savoir que nous sommes à l'origine de la plupart des théories du complot. La plupart is most of, the majority of. La plupart, it is most of, and it is plupart de. la plupart des théories du complot. Let's reread the sentence together. Maintenant que vous êtes membre de notre ordre secret, vous devez savoir que nous sommes à l'origine de la plupart des théories du complot. Now that you're a member of our secret order, you have to know that we are behind most of the théories du complot. How do you say complot? Plot, scheme. Ah, yes. Théorie du complot is conspiracy theory. This is so useful at the moment. Une théorie du complot. It is a conspiracy theory. And we have a feminine here. Une théorie du complot, it is a conspiracy theory. Vraiment pourquoi? Really? Why? Vraiment is really. Vraiment pourquoi? Un jour, sur un forum, quelqu'un a posté une théorie exacte. Depuis, on essaye de la noyer dans la masse. One day on a forum, quelqu'un a posté, someone posted une théorie exacte, something that was true, a true theory. Exact is exact. Do you say that? Exact. That's surprising. Correct. Right, okay. Oh, you have exact as well. So correct or right, a theory that was correct. Depuis, since. So vraiment is really. I'm going to write this one down because you might not know this one or need refreshing. Vraiment is really. For example, j'aime vraiment beaucoup cette robe. Not cette roche as well, maybe, but cette robe. I really love this dress a lot. Vraiment is really and beaucoup is a lot. Depuis is since. Since, on essaye de la noyer dans la masse. We're trying to noyer dans la masse. Noyer dans la masse is to blend into the crowd. It is se noyer dans la foule as well. And you can use se or not depending on who is doing it. Se noyer dans la foule. So blend into the crowd. So here it is not a crowd of people. It is a crowd of messages and theory and conspiracy theory. Okay, so let's read it again and I'm going to explain the plot twist. Maintenant que vous êtes membre de notre ordre secret, vous devez savoir que nous sommes à l'origine de la plupart des théories du complot. Vraiment? Pourquoi? Now that you're a member of our secret order, you have to know that we are behind most of the conspiracy theory. And this is surprising because you think that conspiracy theories are created by people, not by a group. Vraiment pourquoi? Really? Why? Un jour sur un forum, quelqu'un a posté une théorie exacte. Depuis, on essaie, both work, on essaye de la noyer dans la masse. One day on an online forum, someone posted a theory that was true, and since we've been trying to blend it into the crowd or to drown it maybe. So the idea is that they know that one day someone posted a theory that was true, and since they've been trying to push new stories, so no one would really listen to this one. The plot twist is that one of those theories is true, but we don't know which one. So we're going to think about them every time we hear one. We know that one of them is true, and they've been requested to actually drone the true story, but we don't know which one is going to be. So now every time you hear a conspiracy theory, you will be like, maybe this one is the true one. What do I think? And think critically, of course. Again, there is no Nanofictions during this weekend because I need a break. We're going to meet again on Monday evening, 7:15 Paris time. You can join the map and put your dot on the map. Follow Richard's instruction that he put in the middle. It's pretty easy. If you missed it, you can watch yesterday's lesson with the instructions. And at some time we're going to close the editing rights. So put yourself, and if you struggle, just ask in the chat. We're going to help you. Have a lovely day, bonne journée, bonne soirée, maybe bonne nuit, and I will see you on Monday at 7:15 p.m. Paris time. Allez, beau week-end, salut!